Hi, my name is Indrajit Kaur, and in this presentation, we will be exploring the conditioning in psychology, primarily focusing on the two basic type of conditioning, that is operant and classical. We'll examine their principles, real life examples, and the key differences. Ever wonder why does your alarm tone make you feel stressed even before you look at the time? Yet you hit snooze just to stay in bed for a few extra minutes. Well, we will give the answer to this interesting question at the end when we know about the topic more. Well, classic and the operant conditioning are two important concepts that are central to the behavior psychology. Behavior psychology specifically reflects upon the behaviors that are adapted by the person or the humans. First of all, we have to know about what the conditioning really means. Conditioning is a sort of learning that links some type of trigger, or we can say stimulus, to a human or animal behavior. When psychology was first starting as a field, at that time scientists could observe behavior, so that is what they focused on their experiments, like Isan Palvo and Skinner and jelly sandwiches. Whenever you get those snacks, it will make you happy and you will start to jump around and doing some kind of dance. Eventually, after seeing that snack 2 to 3 times, it make you happy and it will release the same reaction. Now talking about the operant conditioning. It is proposed by B.F. Skinner, an American psychologist. Method of learning occurred through the reinforcement, that is reward, and the punishment for the behavior, even in the animals as well as the people. For example, let's talk about the positive reinforcement. John receives a candy every time he gets an A. Now, talking about the positive punishment, a child touches the hot stove and it'll give him pain. And after some time, when the child touches the hot stove, he'll be much aware. Now, talking about the differences between these two theories with the help of articles. Now, let's talk about the operand. It involves the voluntary behavior that we are conscious and have a consequence. On the other hand, the classical one focus much on the involuntary response and a stimulus. Operant one occurs when we are conscious and we make a choice to behave in a certain way based on our association or behavior, either with the positive or the negative results. In the classical one, it occurs when we associate something very neutral with something that produce a natural reaction. Talking about the operant one, the behavior choices that we make are usually our actions, and in the classical ones, to sum up the whole presentation, basically the classical and the operant conditioning are the two pivotal concepts in psychology that explain how the animals and the people learn and adapt certain behaviors. Understanding this mechanism not only provide the insight about the humans and the animal behavior, but also it informs some of the practical application that are really in the various fields, from education to the marketing. Recognizing the distinction between these two enhances our comprehension that how we encode the learning processes. Ultimately, it is the time to answer the question that I asked you earlier about the alarm tone. It has both the concepts, the classical conditioning and the operant one. For the classical one, the alarm tone has been paired with the stressful feeling of waking up early, so it trigger even more when you process the time. Apparent one is that you hit the snooze, it provides immediate relief, that is the more sleep, reinforcing the behavior that making you believe that you are going to do it again and again.